it looks like we're going right in. So let's find out.
Oh, we're going right in. Another champion that can work semi-well against, well, it actually would have been safer. It was, instead of taking Bard, instead of taking Alistair, take Thresh. But ignoring all that, okay, Lissandra ban again. That's a champion who's very good in 5.21 right now, and I think she's great in 5.22. Fiora's gone. Sansa play Fiora? I don't know about that. I would prefer to Renekton ban. Ban Lee Sin, that's for TBQ, that's TBQ's specialty, that's his best champion. That's the one champion TBQ can actually impact the game on his own. He doesn't need PYL to help him out. Lulu's ban, that's a fine ban on red side. Sorry, LeBlanc is banned, so that's for Bjergsen specifically. Who's their last ban? They don't have to ban Gangplank. LGD showed they didn't want to play that, and I don't think they can play it, as I mentioned before.
I was gonna say people don't really respect TBQ as well. Like, right? If he's a Regis player, like
Kindred. Okay, that's a good ban. Yes. Now who are they gonna pick? Callista's open.
It changes the way the entire game has to be played.
And it would provide LGD a lot of options there. Tahm Kench is open if they felt like that was too big of an annoyance.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. What a change of pace. Usually it's like
they want it. Okay.
Please come in and care. It's like it's not necessarily you.
Now here's the thing. Okay, we have Thresh, who I said is safer to actually hook into against Tahm Kench. Or you can go Bard. I really think Thresh and Bard are like your two great options into Tahm Kench, with Bard being better in my opinion. But who will TSM really pick? Probably Rek'Sai. Actually, they might pick Gragas to deny that from LGD, and then take Kalista. I feel like they need to take Kalista.
If TSM managed to get minor outplays or a kill, Flame stayed even with Hanser and CS for the majority of the time. Mid lane was even slightly ahead for Pain Evil. So yeah.
It was actually ahead in CS for the majority of the game. Even though all the lanes are pressured, all the lanes on LGD kept even.
They must have something up their sleeves. Right, Elise is open. That's my bad for not realizing that. Though I do like Rek'Sai into Tahm Kench.
Personally, I'm also curious about, the LeBlanc ban. Sure.
Okay, so that's probably Shen support who would get shit on against Tahm Kench. Okay. If I'm LGD, what do I want? TBQ is good on Gragas. I shouldn't say good, but he's fine on Gragas. Yep, take Kalista.
Right? If LeBlanc is 10% worse without those two champions, you have a 10% worse mid laner for Godby to go beat up against. And that just really just...
Okay, Rek'Sai. Rek'Sai has better early game. They have two early game focused champions.
Now Kalista's really safe. These are just tools you have to think
and you have Tahm Kench. And the Tahm Kench and Kalista are a good combo. I really hope that's not Shen support now, even though I assume it is.
It's like Thresh Kalista on steroids, Usually you have okay, at least we can maybe interrupt the Lantern. That's the one kind of play, who do you focus? Because, Thresh gets pulled back.
Who will they take?
The same here,
They're gonna save Bjergsen for last.
We'll see. So LGD seems to have a little bit more, of course, also being first pick.
Unless they want to save their Shen flex pick, but I would save Bjergsen for last. ADC wise, you could take Tristana. Tristana's actually pretty good into Kalista. Who else would you want?
The thing is, of course, TSM has to show some of their lanes. Now
okay,
they have to blind.
So they are saving the Shen flex pick for last, so they gain full use out of it.
They want here. So now Godby once again gets to pick the matchup he wants in mid.
He could go Diana.
The value is of hiding that Shen as a flex and then revealing both.
He could definitely go Diana.
I would have locked just 80 carry support and then made sure Bjergsen got the counter pick because he should.
Yeah, like Krepo says.
Then again, Orianna does well into almost every matchup. It's just neutral.
And yeah, Godby now known as Pain Evil.
Kassadin. It gives him scaling. I like the Rumble. If they're gonna do Rumble, I like that because if you do Rumble, first off, it's good in the Shen anyways. And Rumble provides a lot of team fight and some initiation for your team that already has okay initiation. They go Kassadin. They have early game Rek'Sai, early game Kalista, Acorn. Oh, it's Acorn. Actually, did not even notice that.
they get ahead and they can pincer and lock LGD under the tower. It's again that similar game flow where they need to find an opening from the side.
Oh, they got
Excellent.
Victor.
Excellent choice to take the Victor.
I like it more.
I was gonna be a little. I didn't really like the previous pick, but Victor, wave clear, good scaling. He spikes really hard in late game, so they have some insurance there. Acorn on Olaf means that he can
well-balanced composition.
he can
in terms
beat
of, like,
Shen
magic
in the
damage,
1v1.
Tanks, physical damage.
He
here
can
on LGD
run
side,
down
they have the tank
and
focus,
avoid
like
all
Olaf is like a
CC, as we
hybrid,
all know.
but their mech side can go pure tank. And Tom Kench like fills that void a little bit, so they have enough.
Their
heal,
initiation
they
will
have
be a
enough
little
damage
weird
break in with the
still.
Victor's weakness generally is like
Their
mobility.
flanks
Tom
will
Kench
be
was slower
better
too, so
than the previous game, but their
actual
actual initiation's a little weird. So if I'm TSM and I'm looking at this, if we take the Shen support, our disengage is it's okay.
And TSM, it is, as you said, Shen support. The top lane Gnar matchup here up against Olaf. That one,
Your main initiation's on Shen.
I think it's a good matchup just because you have a range advantage. But the problem is if you get hit by one axe in lane, he can just run you down the whole lane. And
Yeah, wait.
to be honest, like once
Olaf
he hits 6,
beats
what is the least
Gnar.
gonna do to gank him? You can just pretty much truck off all the CC.
And they
you
pick
can even
Gnar
turn off the
into it?
Sentinel if he decides to get into the fight. So
I mean, I know there's not many
I
good
think
champions
that,
against
Olaf's
Olaf
gonna
anyways,
become
but
a real problem if he starts snowballing. So they need to put him
yeah.
good thing that TSM picks up another damage component though. Picking
Right.
Shent up here, another like support, whatever he provides.
I don't like. Whatever. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, so they have a little bit more to round it out. So then, where does Fenskaren go?
And lo and behold, it is a Shen support.
Everything before level 6, you just
Anywhere.
You can go
They're
top,
gonna lane
yeah.
swap. They're gonna lane swap for sure.
lane swap it.
You don't want to
okay.
play against Kalista Tom Kench, or even just Olaf in general. You just
Yeah,
don't want
Santa
that.
is
So
right about
it's
that.
gonna be a
You
lane
don't
swap
really want to
scenario,
play
and I
against
think
that.
the lanes are gonna even out at some point, and then the Shen's just gonna come into play.
All right, LGD trying to make this go.
Plus,
to
if you
the
do
aces
Shen
zone, or will
support
TSM get
with,
their first
would they pick
match
Tristana,
win
right?
with their debut lineup? Let's
By
find out
doing
the
that,
matchup
if
between
you
these
wait
two
till
teams
Shen's level
over with
6,
the
then you
commentators.
can make those map plays,
Thank
those
you very
cross map
much,
plays.
guys. So, what do we expect from that pick and ban? It's looking like LGD has got a great pick and ban there.
I think what's the key to both of these teams is that neither one really has very good engage without the use of a flash.
Bingo.
Which
There we
means
go.
that
Monty
really
says
it's
it.
probably going to come down to who has
Neither
priority
team
over
has
objective, who gets there
reliable,
first, because
safe
both teams sort of want
engages.
to kite this one out, more or less, and I think that's going to make the Dragon fights about who's there first, Baron fights about who's there first, and who
Yep.
has to face check.
And with the two
Excellent deduction by Monty. Same thing that's crossing through my mind. Whole time, whenever you look at a team comp, you always have to examine, okay, what's this team comp going to do in team fights? Is this a team comp that needs flanks? Is it a team comp that needs... It's just going to kite? Do they have initiation tools to go onto a team? If they do have initiation tools, are they primary or secondary? So Gnar is a secondary initiation. Shen is a primary, but very risky, because he doesn't have an ult. He doesn't have an ult like Alistar that reduces damage.
Well, here we go, ladies
Now,
and gentlemen. Game 2 underway.
If TSM does get a good Shen taunt out, and then they have the Bjergsen ult, and then they have Concert coming in, it could be devastating, but it's hard to get these perfect scenarios set up. Meanwhile, LGD, they can split push with Acorn. They have wave clear with Pain Evil. Their early game is great on him. And TSM in this case, it looks like...
So as this pause comes out, just looking at the warding at level
I think
1.
Pain Evil was like, I can't see
Did they
myself
invade
in
bot?
game.
If they invade bot, then they want to stick there and hold that position, but we're gonna have to see. I don't remember.
Real quick. I actually wanted to play Castle.
Just looking
he
for my
said I had
water.
to play Victor.
I feel bullied.
The internet already figured out how to meme him as Plat Evil. So he's on the hunt for a meme-proof name.
What can he move to for diamond, I wonder. But anyway, yeah, there is a pause here. Clearly, you can see it's looking like a sound issue.
If can TSM
straight
split?
away on the case here.
Not really.
Very experienced referees, so they're going to be.
I mean,
figuring that one out. So
Gnar into
again,
Olaf,
let's talk
Olaf
about
will
what
beat
we've seen
Gnar.
straight away. Immediately, big warding.
And the
obviously,
second
top half,
Gnar goes
big
into
warding
his
in the bottom
Mega,
half from TSM.
he's
Probably
fucked.
going to be a lane swap, no doubt about it.
Yeah, no trinket bot actually by PYL there at the start of this game. So
And he's the deepest. Oh my god, he was meant to be warding the top lane.
Yes.
Oh, he picked no trinket up. That's
Well,
actually a
that's
big deal just because he can't
See,
get those
you know,
quick
when
wards
pro
in.
players make these mistakes, it literally
No.
makes it
Actually, no, it's
for
still
all
bad.
of us. We can
Never
all
mind.
make a mistake now. So yeah,
I've never been so happy to be mediocre at League of Legends.
I'm surprised they're actually talking right now during this pause.
But yeah, we were just waiting for the results to start out. You can see TSM there on screen. This is the new lineup, TSM, and as has been pointed out by the internet, I've actually.
So did they get rid of that rule or something? Or does ESL not enforce this rule? I thought they couldn't talk during a pause.
I don't know how that bodes for Doublelift. I mean, to be fair, Wild Turtle got a pentakill in his first matchup when I covered him, and poor old Chaos was sent packing.
Okay, she's there to translate.
Those tears were felt. Let's put it that way.
Well, besides this,
a little bit chilly maybe for,
is there a composition I like better? I like LGD's composition better. I don't know if D-Man fully understood what he was talking about when he said, "Oh, it looks like LGD has a great draft."
Yeah, you got it yesterday.
Yeah, the perks.
The only reason I could say I like their draft better is just because the execution level of their draft is easier to achieve compared to TSM. And with TSM being a newer team, harder achievable compositions aren't going to be your go-to.
Gotta throw some flack his way.
And what's with the capital P?
Now, who should they focus in these gigs? Let's try to think here. We have Tristana. You're not going to do anything with the 2v2. That's for sure, because they have Tom Kench. It's really risky to devote that much resources into that lane.
So what's God V, or was it God 5?
Mid lane, Victor versus Orianna. It's possible to gank that lane. If you land the cocoon, you can have some good follow-up CC from Orianna. Top lane, Nara and Elise, it's possible. Early on, it's definitely possible. I don't know if he ran Ghost. I assume he ran Ghost teleport. So if they did that, then if they could definitely, gank top. So I think Sven can look top and mid. I think LGD can look, in this case, TBQ can look top, mid,
which is a completely new team against COG, which is
and
a
bot.
new team. Now we were talking about this one yesterday.
TBQ has the options to look everywhere.
See how this one goes. How these two new lineups pan out.
I mean, I was about to say I hate
Yeah.
but that's actually not true about me. I love to be. So,
Yeah.
in the spirit of
Yeah, he had to go
Downer,
Ghost.
We didn't see the most inspiring game of League of Legends last time. I would put money that the CLG UOL match might even be a little bit lower quality than that.
Hey, UOL turned up here last year with some
did.
surprising Twisted Fate jungle from Kikis. We weren't expecting that one. I don't think
This is a very long break.
I hope we see some more of that from Unicorns of Love, even though Kikis isn't on the team anymore. But this is a tournament that, with all these roster adjustments and with the fact that the lock patch
Well,
over to 522 and made
I don't want to like
for
blow up my
all the myriad changes made scrimming difficult,
my picture
for a
there,
lot of these teams.
just because I don't want to like. I mean, I could if I wanted to, but I don't even look that good. Like I have like a sweatshirt, my hair is pretty messy. It's not really something you want to look at.
Every single team involved.
And let's talk about the two teams that are already through, obviously sat waiting in the semi-finals. Origin, they've had Power of Evil changes in there.
I really wish this wasn't taking so long, though.
Origin. I mean,
kind of like want to dive straight into the game right now.
Is the voice going to be carried the same way that Peke does?
And I think that's the big question. I think overall, in the long term, this may be an improvement. But immediately, I imagine that it will affect team synergy greatly because you have
Yo, come on, man.
Veteran players, and Power of Evil comes into this lineup as the new guy. He's going to have a hard time fitting in initially in terms of shot calling, and maybe they've figured that out already. But
you know, like if this game ends, if this is like a quick game, like 30 minutes, then I can go out and I can shovel. Isn't that would be fun? Get that shoveling done, man, with all that slush underneath. That's exciting. Can't even use the snowblower that well because it'll just shoot out slush.
I think they're going to win this tournament. Their performance in Kespa Cup was not very inspiring. They are using Kuzan full-time now that GBM has gone over to Energy. They're not using Chaser, who I think is the best
Jesus,
jungler in Korea.
such a,
so I don't know
what
where he is right now.
What are they talking about?
Trace is out, so on. This very, very raw player is in.
What could be wrong?
With the change with Kuzan and so on,
this is like the Chinese tournaments where it just takes like an hour.
There used to be a very defensive top and mid lane. Their solo lanes were very, very about farming close to the turret, taking very few risks.
Shoveling for 3 hours. Jesus.
They're going to have some growing pains, and we definitely saw that in Kespa Cup.
How does it even take 3 hours to shovel?
Pretty tough, but then of course here on your screen, Today it's about double lift. CLG, formerly CLG double lift, now TSM double lift.
Well, I mean, this is something we were talking
God.
about. Obviously, how is this team going to roll? You know,
It's not going to take me 3 hours.
Isn't just the star in this team.
It's not going to take me 3 hours to shovel my driveway.
Certainly in worldwide perspective, double lift is a very well respected. But
Maybe an hour tops.
You need to look at the All-Star vote to see how big those votes went for these two players. And this is. Are we going to see ego clashes, do you think, as the year goes on? I mean, these guys obviously are both very prolific.
Super big driveway.
Who's given what? I mean, it's just gonna. We've heard that double lift is the shot caller, which in itself you have experienced.
How big could it be to take 3 hours?
Trend for TSM.
And the thing that I really like about TSM is that while there are definitely issues in terms of their coordination and their shot calling, and
just
even in
fucking
defense
start
phase,
the
they
game.
know what they're good at right now. If they're gonna have double lift be the shot caller, they're going to build.
Oh yeah, mine's not that bad.
But we're gonna have to see if
The only thing that sucks is when the snowplower comes and it always blows everything on the fucking driveway. That's the worst part.
We weren't sure exactly coming into today who was going to be up there. What do you make of this one?
I think Acorn was definitely not himself at the World Championship. When we think about Acorn as a player, because he was really the one on Samsung Blue that helped develop a lot of what we consider like.
Oh, we're in the game.
Teleport right now, and he's always been a.
Wait, what are they talking about?
But his
PYL has a trinket
at the World Championship.
Yeah, I know who it is, Alex.
In this particular game, because the coordination seemed very, very off in their first few games.
It was easy to tell the second you said this guy and holy. The instant indicator of who that is.
Historically, the reason that they've used Acorn over Flame is that Acorn has brought a much more authoritative role, kind of as Monty was saying.
Okay, so they lane swap, they deep invade, but they're still not starting. Wait, what's the point of their deep invade by TSM if they're not even gonna get anything out of it?
When he's in the game, a lot of times it becomes all about Flame on the top side of the map.
We'll see how it works out. The lane swappers.
Yeah, of course it's you, Alex. Like, there's no way there's anyone else that really says those things.
Tristana does have
well, besides me,
nice
of course.
That's so the TSM may be confident going into this one, but Imp is just such a fearsome Kalista player. And
now,
it's going to be
okay, so they deep invade, didn't do anything with it, not sure why. So they just do normal starts into 2v2. They somehow chunked Imp. Okay. Looks like they have Acorn starting top right away, so he's not burning teleport.
PYL just getting a little aggression, Kasing trying to push in there, but this top lane matchup, Haunter did very well.
He took blue buff.
The first game. How is he going to compare now with Acorn? The fact
okay, so they give blue buff to Acorn for harassing axes.
I think the big change here is that
that's a very interesting strategy to take.
Snowballing ahead. Nar's going to be all about the team fight as we move forward.
That means he's also going to be able to shove the wave in quickly. So if he's going to be shoving it in quickly, that means that gives an opening for Sven, and that's one of the lanes Sven can gank in the first place.
Okay, so what we missed right there actually was a huge skirmish that I was watching on my screen.
I mean, I do like TSM.
From a taunt flash from Kasing, and now we got some action on the top side.
Oh, holy shit. Oh, they got it still. Very nice. Okay, so I remember I said TBQ can target. Oh my god, he flashed for it. What the fuck? Okay, so TSM, they identified, they gave the buff to Acorn, so they know because he has axes and lower cooldown, he's going to be able to push that lane, so he's going to be put in a bad situation. Really well played by TSM to actually get that kill. So now they have blue buff transferred over to, who was it got it? Oh, they got it over to Haunter, so Haunter has extra cooldown reduction. Then we have Pile, or not Pile, sorry, TBQ who fucks up bot. So he got revealed, he burned flash, they know it's down. If that's down, Sven could honestly just target top again. It's going to be pushed in a lot. If Haunter decides to, he could push it in a lot. Yeah, you still want to target top and mid if I'm Sven. If I'm TBQ, he knows Haunter has no flash, so that's actually a good option still. Mid doesn't have enough damage until level 6. But because he has no flash, it's actually going to be harder to initiate that on.
confidence. Clearly, it's all going to be about Acorn trying to get that.
So maybe LGD looks for that play when Pyle hits. BYL gets level 6 on Tom Kench. You like the bike in the background?
Rek'Sai being there, just trying to
Don't hate about my the environment I choose to live in.
They need to make sure it bounces off the turret so we can farm more safely without the threat of that gank. So nice positioning there on the map.
Okay, bot lane has an advantage, that should be happening. Bjergsen's beating out Pain Evil right now in CS, which is... Should Victor be losing to Orianna early? Well, Orianna could definitely harass Victor better early.
Coming in from the Orianna ult right after the Gnar ultimate. But again, we talked about this before. Neither team really has great...
Actually, because he backed early, that's going to give Bjergsen way more CS now. He might be able to get... If he can push this in time, he'll be able to deny even more CS.
By champions like Olaf, Victor, and Kalista. And the same is true of LGD. I mean, what are we looking at? Like a flash unburrow, maybe throwing PYL in there with a Kalista ult. So poor engage from both sides. And that means that positioning on the map is everything in this game. Vision control is very important. And TSM, they really had poor warding in the last game.
Definitely, and that was the big weakness, right? Is that they never warded their flanks, and that's not something they can afford to do this time around. It was much more forgiving for them when they had that late game scaling team comp, but now they have two very mid-game focused lineups, all about those team fights.
He says mid-game focused lineups, but Orianna isn't solely focused on mid-game. She has strong late game. Now he's right about the Gnar though. Gnar definitely has more mid-game spike.
Exhaust is back up for Kasing. Flash is almost, so they've not been punished too bad, but they know.
Okay, so they spot Sven. Sven was looking for a counter gank bot. As I mentioned before, TBQ can focus in all areas of the map if he wants to. Would have been better if he focused Hanser.
There's a shockwave trying to catch up towards Pain Evil, quickly countered with the Chaos Storm, locking him up. In comes TBQ. Bjergsen has to flash away. Will get out alive.
Bjergsen aggressed really hard there.
Not even dropping the ignite there, so trying to go for the harassment, not finishing up that
Orange looking guy.
Be paying for it with that use of the flash, so now there's another chance perhaps to come back into the mid lane and make a play. TBQ again.
What orange looking guy are you referring to?
Have actually been pretty decent.
He's consistently been where he needs to be in terms of mitigating
pressure. Tom Kench, that's who you're referring to. That's Tom Kench, one of the newer champions. He can he builds stacks, and when he hits 3 stacks on someone, so it's like a red fish, he can stun them, he can eat them, he can also eat your allies, so they're basically invulnerable. In other words, he's basically the champion. He's basically known as the anti-fun champion, because he can just deny all crowd control on a single target.
And we'll see if God be Pain Evil, Wayless, the man of many names, can come back. He should be able to pick up a lot of waves here in the mid game.
Yeah, I mean the thing is with Victor, you just beam a laser across. And thank you very much. That's 6 kills. Yeah, very easy stuff. Very easy farming. We'll see how it continues. There you go, perfectly.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous that Tom Kench can do that.
Set up the first kill.
Now Sven, as I mentioned, he should be targeting top again, really, and targeting mid. But because he kind of looked to counter TBQ, he got nothing done. Oh wow.
Pops his ultimate. You've got nowhere to go. You're just going to come straight back down towards him. It buys him enough time for Bjergsen to get around. Now,
he's really caught out though.
But Acorn, he's already used Ragnarok. He can't get away from this one. Horns is going to chase. In comes TBQ and Pain Evil to get the zone out. And now Horns is in trouble. He has to.
Oh wow. Lucky that those just came up.
To be going the way of LGD.
Good decision making from Hanser just to jump out on the backside of that one. A lot of players would have waited for the rage, risk going Mega Gnar. Oh, it goes back in.
Oh, holy shit. Mistakes were made.
But that shockwave pulls in. Is it going to quite be enough? No, the Chaos Storm catches on there. Kasing gets
but they have the they have the global by Shen.
That taunt's not going to quite catch on.
1 for 1.
And I didn't even catch.
Interesting.
Bjergsen got the red buff out of it, but really, you know, that was a 1 for 1 overall. But
so he goes in.
Well, but they had to abandon the bottom side in order to do it. They were
oh my god, that CS is getting really bad now. 84 to 59.
Most likely in time to save this. There's the TP coming in from Acorn immediately just to get there. Make sure they can't take this turret. Axe is flying through the mid.
Wait, is he aggressing?
they're waiting. The axes are coming. Victor is there.
TPQ's going.
Oh, they have the flank.
He gets locked up and taken down. It's gonna be Pain Evil that gets that kill.
TSM, I don't know what they're doing. They even have a pink ward near there. Oh no, it's in the lower mid brush. It's not covering it exactly, but they take bot T1. TSM does not respect the engage from multiple flanks.
This is a really poor decision making from TSM about
Yeah.
where to make plays on the map. Go ahead and give up that red buff at that point. You weren't set up for it. Bjergsen was back. Sure, they traded one.
Too much commitment. That's the second time they've done that. The last game they did the same thing. They overcommit in one area, and then they kind of help snowball the enemy team.
Honsa, I'm not sure you can win this duel. Akon's going to pop Ragnarok and chase on towards him, and Honsa has to leap away. Yeah, that's a risky play from him, and clearly showing the aggression and confidence that Akon is showing already on Olaf.
I still don't like picking Gnar into Olaf. So that actually goes into Olaf's favor. And if TSM gets behind, they're going to need to have that big combo, that big wombo combo. That's too hard to execute, really. Like, to find the perfect opportunity, it's pretty hard.
It's going to be interesting to see when
And LGD doesn't even need to straight up
because this is going to be really the big arena for these teams to fight in. TSM can use it to force fights anytime they want because they have, in theory, the superior team fight with this Gnar. However, the question is, will LGD take the bait? Will they be willing to give up those dragons and look for something else? Could find the engage here.
Oh, there's the shockwave, Pain Evil. I'm not sure there's enough damage done there.
He has him.
And that's a great little catch, but in comes Double It flying in to secure the kill. I'm not sure
Take
Forcer's
their
quite
jobs.
happy, you know, he'll take it.
The casters are very good though. Like Monte Cristo knows everything that he's talking about. One of the other guys is Newish, and then the other guy is D-Man, who's he's just like the play-by-play guy. So basically, it's just Monty you should be listening to, and the other guy, like Taps, I think his name is.
Pretty huge at this stage of the game. TSM finding a small gold lead, and overall, just losing all that pressure is really going to be the biggest issue. Acorn still just farming up here on the top side, but I'm really wondering who's going to find a major advantage.
Acorn's playing a little bit safer.
Focused on the late game scaling build once again with the Avarice blade.
TSM gets super lucky with that. Well, I guess I wouldn't say super lucky. That was just Pain Evil getting caught out. Gives them mid T1, so the maps open up a little bit more in the mid lane. That means Bjergsen can push that lane and then look somewhere else if he wants to.
Ragnarok popped very early once again, making sure he doesn't get slowed down by Honsa too much. Kasing was just waiting off the side, and they're not going to go aggressive on this one. Honsa's going to try and keep the pressure on, but that was a failed gank from LGD.
The CS advantage with Imp though is gonna actually, it's really gonna control this game out if they play around that. Because Doublelift can't fight it. No one can fight him really. In fact, they could probably keep him splitting this whole time, and he'll be too difficult to deal with. And you have Tahm Kench who can devour him and run away. You can even use Tahm Kench ult to escape if they overcommit. And if they overcommit, then you can sort of push in another lane and allocate your resources to take that turret. And since the lane is so far open, it'll take a while for their wave to hit LGD's bot T1. Well, I will admit that there's a lot of small things in League that are just, you don't really pay attention to. And before I started doing this stuff, like even when I was in Diamond, like Diamond 1, I didn't think of these things at all. Like I would have found all this stuff confusing in Diamond 1 when I didn't really think about it. But now, since I have been thinking about it, it comes more naturally to me.
Not much in the way of combat stats, honestly, compared to the Victor, who's been upgrading his Hex Core. So the advantage will play out eventually, but it's definitely more immediate for LGD.
Kasing's not going to get caught out by that one. PYL will come in. They were trying to...
Okay, so what TSM's doing here is they know that the bot lane is a horrible matchup, so they're trying to move their resources towards their lanes that have advantages. So that'd be Hanser and that'd be Bjergsen.
Because he has had a great chance at the top. Hello, here comes Tahm Kench. He's going to be bringing Imp with him.
Okay, they're looking for a flank.
Great, beautiful shockwave, but isn't it up? He's well.
Does he have flash? He has flash.
Not gonna get caught out, not gonna get stunned.
Actually, why did he decide not to just flash over the D pit? Oh wow, why are they using Shen on this? Wait, why'd they just do that? They just...
It looks like he may well do. He's gonna continue running. Kasing tries to peel off to the side. It doesn't look like it's gonna happen.
Wait, why did they just use Shen ult? Oh wow, is he actually gonna live?
There's got no mana.
Blue buff, please, come on, keep ticking. That's all he's gotta do. He's continuing to put the damage down on Bjergsen.
I'm actually really surprised that he lived through that. I think that was way too risky to use casting just for that. But at the same time, it bought them so much time for double lift that he's caught up in more CS.
Actually managed to work out their advantage, but here we go.
Oh, you're not getting out of this one. Where are you going to repel to? Tries to flash away, but the ignite is ticking in.
Yeah, he's dead.
Little poke from TBQ finishes
Yeah,
it off.
shit's getting real.
Turret, but it costs him
That was very good for TSM though.
I would praise them for Bjergsen taking so much time for
Yes,
double lift to get there,
absolutely.
but Kasing coming in on the backside didn't. The shield
As this guy's mentioning, double lift. This is what. Okay, so TSM made mistake where they overcommit and then it gives LGD time to farm. Well, now LGD makes the same mistake by Bjergsen like just sort of running around the map. That double lift got the bot T1 and more farm, and the closer he gets to IE, the better he'll have like a power spike to actually do stuff. Though Tristana still needs a 2-item power spike, static shiv, and IE to actually do something. Looks like top lane is relatively even in items and levels, so not a big disparity there yet. Even though Hunter does have more gold. Bjergsen's still ahead. TSM, they don't have Shen ult for a bit, though they do want to look for cross-map plays with Shen ult like you saw there. But the only difference was, in that case, they were using Shen to help delay it further.
Especially because Olaf is running flat.
If I'm LGD, what do I want to do right now? They definitely want to split with Acorn. They don't give a shit about Dragon. At least they really shouldn't care about Dragon.
I've seen Acorn have very good TPs, but
they haven't taken any advantage with Kalista yet, and even though Imp has this big advantage, TSM has been able to basically avoid it this whole time.
Been doing a great job in the top lane, honestly. Has got himself first
They're sending Kalista top. So is TSM the favorite to win? Probably in the sense that... Ooh, he missed. I would say he's dead. I would say that they're the favorite because LGD has been having problems since Worlds, and they still have TBQ, who's very exploitable. But it's not like a favorites where you should be saying like wow, like TSM is like heavily favored to win. They're just favored to win because TSM has been. This is like a completely new roster. Bjergsen is the only one who's the remaining member. The rest of the other four are new, so they had a week of practice. So there's not much strategy-wise they could work on. It's just mechanics basically.
Stave off the damage, but if they don't get that top, they recall, and this goes down is a really bad call from LGD. And
so LGD should have better strategic play compared to TSM, but it's not the case.
Middle tier 2 turret for the top lane. That was a great trade from TSM.
And I think this is Godv just not understanding his role within the team, overextending a little bit. That's not something you can afford to do.
This game.
Exactly, and he is their only reliable source of wave clear. So if he goes down, turrets are sure to drop as well.
So Godv dies, or in this case, Pain Evil dies.
Really suspect. That's the second time he's
still not really splitting that much with Acorn. Well, they are, but it's not really effectively doing much. They take Sven though.
Really heads up map awareness here from
they take Sven Scared out. And then they did nothing with it.
What's the bigger issue here is this gold lead continues to grow, is coming into the next team fight. That's really going to show if TSM can get the setup.
They can't contest next Dragon. LGD needs to give it. They need to take farm. They don't. He went Luden's Echo first. Holy shit, they're fucked. Never rush Luden's Echo on Victor. Like, first off, getting the Morelos would have been way better because you get 20% CDR. 2, you could honestly just go like, I don't know, like Lichbane first, and you would have more burst compared to a Luden's Echo. Let's see. Imp is going standard. Bork into Runons. Doublelift doesn't have his 2-item power spike yet.
A little bit of respect required there.
Bjergsen's going for the decap, so when he gets that, he'll have a big spike. LGD's contesting this.
TSM going to try and set up this one. Haunter a long way off Meganar though, trying to set himself up, gets stunned out and locked up and takes a big chunk of damage.
I mean, I guess because they had
away from this, and they got TBQ locked in the pit, but I think it's Haunter that's been locked out more than anything. Gets another poke from Pain Evil, and now finally turns into Meganar, but it's too late.
Oh, just
not involved in that.
Oh no, they can't turn on to mid.
Problem that we talked about with Engage. LGD had the priority. TSM without the Meganar, the Narbar wasn't up. Haunter wasn't going to be able to try and get a flash engage on there.
This is risky.
Yeah, you really want to be on that dragon first, or on that objective first. And LGD, they could take it with very, very little threat.
Are they really trying to set up for a gank here? No, they're trying to push them. And just
LGD had prior setup, so that, like Monty said, yeah, I've already said this before, like both teams have shit engaged. They don't have main engaged besides the Shen. That's the go. Yeah. But look, like, nothing happens when they engage, because it's so hard to catch people out.
Everybody will escape. But overall, LGD got the dragon.
LGD can't engage either. There's no way you're going to get through the show with the level of zone control. Sure, they tried to go in once the shockwave went down, but look at the disengage. You have the buster shot coming through. You have so many tools just to move out and kite if you're TSM. So over aggressive there. They just need to push them off the mid wave and double lift.
No, he's good. He's good.
That was a little risky what he just did there.
He's basically only got a Doran's blade. That's it.
So let's see, we have Baron sub 21 minutes. Both teams like having setup prior, so that means getting vision around Baron is actually a big priority. If TSM wants, they could split with Haunter and split with Shen. Because if they do both of those, like they could just have Haunter teleport while Shen ults onto him.
We just see a total lack of wards. Here he's going to go onto Haunter.
Oh, now he's in a bad situation. That's going to be bot T2. That means TSM's going to want to pressure Baron even harder.
That's going to be a quick cocoon on towards him. He manages to flash out alive, but Doublelift will pick up another. And there's a shockwave landing.
Doublelift went in. Did he get out? Yeah, he got out. Excellent. Excellent.
Pain Evil gets locked up. Kasink will not quite finish him off. But TSM get themselves a
that was a good job by TSM. They realized that they take... Yeah. Very good job. Yeah, 3.4k gold difference. It's actually not as bad as you think. Just because... Okay, like, so... If you look at Tristana, she has 2 items, right? So that's kind of like her spike right now. But Kalista sort of matches it. It's not as strong, but it's still good. This year, the build by Victor is actually really bad. That actually will fuck LGD up a bit. The top lane differences is still not too bad either, but because Haunter had Flash, if he didn't have Flash, he would have died. But because he had Flash, he just won that.
The signature aggressive AD carry moments as he finds a way out of that fight, and there's just no damage left.
And again, as the caster said, you just take advantage when you have that 1 kill, because you have pressure bot if you engage, and you know they don't have much to get away with. It's exploitable. So again, TSM's going to look around to getting vision around Baron. They want to look for Baron. They can set up waves. Item-wise, Haunter has armor. Acorn doesn't. That means Acorn's going to actually take quite a bit of damage from Haunter. He's going more... Is he going in Aegis? That's a weird build path by Olaf. In this case, Acorn. Okay, Bjergsen decided to go Zhonya's. So he went for less of a outright damage, though I think he could have gone away with it and went for something safer.
The other issue as we look at the warding, you know, not really being there for the team as they push forward, is that they may not have the same insane late game scaling that they had in the previous game.
Now, typically when you set up Baron, you want to have someone split bot lane, so the opposite lane from Baron. Have that wave push, and then when it's applying pressure, then you target Baron. Now, since Dragon's coming up, it's up to them how they want to decide this. I don't think Dragon's really that, not something you really care that much about, especially for TSM, because it's going to take them 30 minutes to get Dragon 5. So that's a 55-minute game. There's no way in hell they're waiting 55 minutes just to get to here. Or just to try to end the game.
He's also just building magic resist.
CS difference has gone lighter. Now Tristana is going to start taking over compared to Kalista. Bjergsen has more damage. Actually, what level is... Yeah, he should have more damage than Pain Evil still.
As pushing forward, because Bjergsen is itemizing incredibly defensively, is moving towards that more supportive position. There's no void staff there, there's no death cap. He's posturing just to protect Doublelift, to find those engages with the shockwave, and not looking for much else.
Yeah, and you have to be able to counter the split push of the Gnar. So I really
he has so much MR right now for on Acorn.
I think it's going to be particularly useful for him.
I still don't like that. He should be splitting. So instead of like the, I think it costs 600 gold. I can't remember what it's called. Whatever this item is. That should be armor. Like two armor cloths would be nice.
Dragon going to be spawning, so that is going to be the next objective. Now at the moment, Haunter's going to get caught out down the side here. Pain Evil and Acorn trying to gang up on him, and that may just have gifted the Dragon across to LGD. TSM, this is going to be a risky.
Now LGD could look for a Dragon 5 victory. They have 2 dragons already, and if they get this third one, then they're on their way. That's something they can look towards too.
Taking the time to start this Dragon off. Are we going to see some aggression? No. Bjergsen's backing away. That's going to be LGD.
Okay, so they're giving it.
Just doing a much better job of setting up for this objective overall. Once again, finding small advantages. This time around, didn't zone out with the Victor Gravity Field. Found some damage onto Hanser. Turned that into the Dragon. And this kind of control, pushing into 3 dragons at this stage of the game, is really good for them. It will help them balance out their sort of lack of late game scaling if they can hit that 5th dragon.
Yeah, and we're looking at what, about 38 minutes.
Yeah, Baron hype. Now it should be definitely Baron hype because it's the only neutral objective up.
This is a good position for LGD to be in, despite the fact that they're behind. But again, it comes down to rewards. Complete coverage in that river, and we did see Hanser pushing up and trying to walk into river when he was totally blind, not knowing where everybody was on the map, taking that chunk, and he was Mega Gnar. So even if he had gone back and healed up, he wasn't going to have Mega Gnar for the next fight, and they must have that for these. They are absolutely reliant on that Gnar ultimate to engage.
Okay, so they cut them off. They know they're right there. Push mid, while bot is pushing as well.
I'm not sure they've quite got enough to draw them away, but they're going to get a couple of free shots on there, and you can see how much damage Doublelift can do.
Yeah, it's more than a couple of free shots. That's a mistake by LGD. So they're out of position. At that point, they should have just used PYL, Tom Kenshalt, and go straight to the base.
Laser the champions instead of the creep wave there could have cleared that out much faster. I don't, maybe hoping to find a fight on the back.
Especially with Pain Evil, they could have just had Pain Evil go into the Tom Kenshalt so you can wave clear it. Some free damage, but that tower regens, so as TSM just leaves it alone, it'll just be back to full health. TSM definitely doesn't want to wait on 5 dragons though. They would prefer if they could get this Baron going.
It's going to be much more effective in that particular one-on-one situation.
And pushing forward, TSM clearly identifying that the only source of wave control is Pain Evil. You can see the this itemization coming out from Shen. He's going to be able to give the magic immunity over that creep. It's been done now on the bottom side of the map, and no one's going to be able to approach that later in the game if that has a Baron buff. No one can clear that out.
Okay, so I like that decision by casting to get Banner of Command.
It really doesn't feel like much of an advantage right now. LGD certainly able to keep up with them in team fights, which you've yet to see a big team fight. Nobody fighting over one of those big objectives just yet. Very much
Bjergsen? What the hell?
He should go down in. Is it going to be enough to keep him alive? That shield just hanging on, but Acorn comes piling in. Sonya's hourglass is only going to buy him a little bit of time, and now Doublelift caught up. He tries to rocket jump away, tries to turn that.
He just threw that fight so hard.
He's going to get locked up.
That's Baron for free. Someone should. Bot wave is crashing for TSM. That's gonna be nice.
Sure, he was exhausted, but he managed to find the angle onto Bjergsen. Now Svensker and Hanser.
Oh, they delayed it. They're not going to take Baron. Because Hanser was full HP.
It's like LGD's not going to take the risk of actually going for the Baron right away.
They got a clear top wave.
He does have his ultimate up, though, if he wanted to come back in. I think LGD should press harder for this Baron.
I do think they should have pressed harder for Baron as well, especially because they can secure it with Kalista. Because basically her Ren stacks will make it like an execution of like 2,500. That was so greedy by Bjergsen. I have no idea why he did that.
Tries to find a front line, but the TP on the side here, the aggressive flash from Acorn gets such a huge advantage. You can see PYL is going to move forward here, tries to save the day, doesn't quite find it, but the Fate's Call lets him re-engage anyway, and LGD using their team comp to the fullest potential.
And look at the position. Bjergsen just strolling past the walls. Not a ward in sight. Had no idea what was around that corner. Completely out of position.
Yeah,
Oh man, Clown Fiesta.
TSM,
Just a clown fiesta.
Simply by face checking areas without any kind of vision. And LGD has capitalized on that. They've been quick to teleport in. They've been quick to set up and make the plays. And they're going to be staring in 2 minutes at Dragon number 4.
Okay, so they're going for a flank. He has no flash. He's dead. Caught out again. Very good play by LGD to use their flank. Now they definitely should, as I said, be targeting Baron. Bait it out.
Well, they've still got 4 members up, so we'll see if they will be so bold. It looks like the answer is yes.
Well, the answer of course should be yes. They should peel away when TSM approaches and kill them to get even more kills to spiral the lead even farther. In this case, get back to being even. Hello? Peel? 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 Holy shit, they're not peeling. Oh, they fucked up. Yeah, they all fucked up. What LGD should be doing in these cases is peeling straight away, killing anyone that's nearby. And giving Tristana all those kills means he's spiraling even more out of control. And he's the person who's going to be shredding Acorn.
Take a look at Hanser coming in right here,
I mean, hey, these guys are actually good. It's just
so he starts to actually after the stun.
They're just making incredibly dumb mistakes.
Decision to turn on that fight all the same. But Imp managing to clean up despite not having the biggest amount of damage in this game and using the spiderlings.
Oh, he missed.
Fortunately for him too.
It doesn't matter.
Here, so he can continue to get his dashes off and be more of a nuisance.
It doesn't matter.
Death ray at the end from Pain able to pick up.
So that's the third Baron LGD has messed up on. And TSM, this is if they're getting this dragon. No, they don't have the stacks yet, do they? But they have Victor who does damage quickly. Acorn's buying time. They have it. That's it. Baron. That was much better this time.
And now they have to back away. They have to respect the damage that LGD have. Hanser caught out. He's got no Nara available to him. And that's going to be a shockwave. Is it now? PYL taking damage. Double it once again around the side. So Scarron will catch on. But that was a great catch there from Pain Evil.
Okay.
And that will turn the fight on its head.
So TSM is thinking we don't want to face a Dragon 5, so they target Dragon. They don't really have much vision around Baron, so they know that they have to be targeting it.
In order to move up to the Baron, so they have to defend it right now. They cannot go back.
Oh, that's risky. Double it running straight in towards it.
If anything, they should have just given the 4th Dragon and then pressure Baron themselves.
He's just jumped straight into the stun. He got the kill on him though, and that's all he needed.
Great planning there from TSM. So you saw what happened with Kasing, just backing off and then using the Stand United to get the shield so Double Lift could chunk them out. They had to make sure that...
Oh, they didn't even take Dragon. I guess they're taking it now.
Another Baron buff off the members of LGD right now. Kasing gonna come in, and looks like they are going to actually prevent LGD from getting Dragon number 4. Still a few Baron buffs up on LGD, but overall TSM played that last little positional war very well.
Definitely confidence inspiring on the side of TSM to see them make.
Does he have ult? Tom Kench has ult.
Vision control still a huge issue, but when they have vision, they have knowledge of the enemy team, they're playing incredibly proficiently.
Would have been a little risky if he tried it though. Tristana still scales ridiculously well, and because she can apply her explosive shots, or sorry, stack them, it just does ridiculous damage.
Pain Evil not having a lot, and Imp actually just getting the explosive shot on him and picking up that very crucial kill.
And the input buffer.
Okay, so looking at this,
make sure he would make it out of the gravity field before there could be any potential turnaround.
we know LGD has some Baron. I don't know who it is on. It's not on Olaf apparently.
Chaotic game between LGD and TSM. But TSM
I still think they should be splitting with Olaf because he can beat out Gnar. And then grouping 4, and it's hard to engage on TSM's grouped 4.
If he could get that way, he's been very impressive so far. Yeah. Crazy stuff from
Oh.
Well, LGD definitely been taking it to them.
The game plan is relatively simple on what LGD should be doing, but they can't because TSM is pretty much shoving the waves down their throats, basically.
Very early on double lift there, thought he could maybe chunk him down quicker, but double lift just quite happily life stealing him away. And that's
okay, Gnar ult's gone.
Now for LGD. I think TSM is going to push on towards its inhib turret.
Hanser actually did use his Gnar ult right
Yeah.
there. It was flashed by TBQ, so they couldn't secure that kill, and now they're down their main initiation tool. So they're going to try and get the siege rolling here.
They have no wave setup again. And what I mean wave setup, look at the top wave and look at the bot wave. They're both in the center. They're not applying any pressure. But it's not like LGD can just front face them, or sorry, just run into them and be like, in this scenario, they need a flank.
That's going to force him back. Imp's going to try and go aggressive on this one. Gets caught out, big chunk there. That's going to be Kasing using the ultimate. They got quite caught out. They try to dive in. TBQ caught out, but what can they do from this one? Imp's going to go.
Yeah, this is pretty much why you can't engage them like that at all. Bjergsen? Okay, now I look at bot wave, and that's starting to apply pressure. But they're a little low, so I don't think they can't do anything with it, but... You need a flank. You need a flank if you're LGD. The carries for TSM are going to be out of laser range. And Callista is a kiting champion. Like, she's good at kiting the front line away. But Tristana's different. Tristana has the long range and single target burst to destroy TBQ and Acorn, who have to walk in. The Tristana pick is basically screwing over LGD right now.
It's been a little bit risky, but
And this is actually showing one of the problems with Tahm Kench. Everyone thinks, okay, Tahm Kench, you know, he can devour someone, eliminate all their crowd control, but he doesn't offer really good initiation. And if you don't have anyone that can initiate, and you're facing a team comp that's basically similar to yours, except it's going to be better later on, that's not worth it. It's just not worth it.
You can see 14.8k to 17k, but they're both well into their builds by now.
So TSM is going to have free pressure mid. Looks like they have bot wave slow pushing, so that's going to actually push in. So yes, targeting the top lane would be the correct choice.
We haven't seen that the crazy wombo combo that can be pulled out, and I don't think we probably will anymore. But this top turret,
They need to be patient when doing this, though.
A couple more shots from double lift will be enough, and LGD needs to be careful here. They don't get caught out, and that's maybe what Acorn's going to happen. Has got Ragnarok available if he needs it, but taking way too much damage in the process. Hello, Pain Evil just going straight in on that one. Flash it in. They might catch out on Svenskeren, but oh, PYL just about consuming him time.
This is actually a really good fight for LGD.
But look how low everybody was. Svenskeren does manage to keep alive, but
just chipping them like that is actually good.
That's the turret, and they may well just stick around here. It's risky because LGD can quickly back to the fountain and come back full hit points. TSM.
Though if they had a flank, it'd still be even better. Like if they had Olaf or Rek'Sai flanking when Pain and Evil flashes in.
He gets caught out. He's taken down. PYL dropped as well. Acorn has got a lot of damage though, and he can just mash his way through the entire TSM. Are they going to get enough in there? I'm not too sure. Bjergsen will get taken down. Acorn could kill the entire team here. Svenskeren so low, Kasing so low, but look at Haunter. He's tanking. He's keeping him at bay, and Acorn is in trouble now. He gets slowed down, and he's going to get dropped.
Not enough.
TSM will get the ace, and they can
That's it.
push on
Game.
and maybe take victory.
They're going to try to end out here, and they absolutely should. Huge showing of
Game over. All right, TSM 2-0'd.
Huge
And this was about the same time that they should have ended the other game at 40 minutes, not 50 minutes.
To end here in this game too. It's finally accurate when I say they end this one confidently, and an amazing, impressive.
I would say the main issue with LGD is they never did anything with Callista. They never did anything with Callista. They had such a big advantage there and they didn't play to it, whereas TSM played towards their advantages in the mid and top. So props to TSM actually playing to their strengths versus LGD. And then it really sucks that LGD threw Baron twice. They didn't commit to Baron, and then they didn't peel away from Baron in time. Because that delayed the game enough to where TSM started just picking up too many items and power spikes. And then it was Tristana versus Callista. How we all know how that turns out.